Ah, what's going on here on this Sunday evening? Decided to go live real quick. But anyway, once again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages, you are now tuned in to the Investor Show. And as always, this is your host, Prince Dykes, coming to you guys and girls live all the way from the beautiful state of Denver, Colorado. Don't forget that like, subscribe, comment, share button. Hit that bell icon to catch me as I'm live. For the people that are catching me live, that's what I'm talking about. Jay, stay hip. What's going on? But today we're going to talk about a little simple topic. We're going to talk about why I don't have any clients. I see people ask me all the time, hey, Prince, I see you in Denver. Can you help me out? Prince, do you blah, blah, blah? Do you do this? Do you do that? I get asked that a lot, and which I'm pretty grateful for. And that might be an option that I might explore in the future. I've had some celebrities, some athletes, some people that have asked me, which I've been very honored on, because I learned in the world of finance that it doesn't matter how much I can sit here and draw out. It doesn't matter how much analytical data I can have about an investment. If people don't like you or they don't trust you, they're not going to trust you with the money regardless. Because I even had some of my buddies on Wall Street. Here at JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, stuff like that. They say, well, one of the things they struggle with is they don't trust people. I'm going to give you guys a quick story. Of course, I'm not going to say a celebrity's name. So they came to me with a nice sum of money. And he said, Prince, I want you to invest this for me. I'm leaving the league, and I'd like you to do something like this. I will tell you guys, it was 7 figures, right? And I was like, whoa. So, hey, man, I'm active duty military. Yes, I love investing in finance and this and all of this stuff, but maybe one day when I retire here in about less than 4 years. He said, I said, but you know what? I know some guys on Wall Street. Yeah, it really was. I said, I know some guys on Wall Street. Maybe they might be able to help you out. So those guys are, they're at Goldman Sachs, they're at JP Morgan, the biggest banks on Wall Street, right? And I went to him and I said, he said, okay, well, hook me up with those guys. I said, okay. I called the guys on Wall Street. I said, hey, look, I know this guy. Of course, they knew who the celebrity was. I know this guy. He said that he would be interested in doing something with you guys, blah, 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 blah. Let me connect you. It's okay, shoot us an email, introduce us. Shot him an email. They introduced him to the guy, and I stepped away. The guys on Wall Street kept calling me saying, hey, the guy won't talk to us. The guy don't want to deal with us. The guy don't want to have nothing to do with us or whatnot. We've called him, we've emailed him, we've done this, we've done that. And I said, okay. And they were kind of asking me, hey, can you reach back out to him and see what he wants to do? And I said, well, I already introduced you guys. I'm not gonna, he has your phone number, y'all got the email, or whatever, right? So, and the guy will still email me. We still talk to this day or whatnot, but that always made me scratch my head and say, why didn't he, these guys on Wall Street, they got billions and gazillion dollars. They got the big banks. They got this, they got that. That's true, Jay stay hip. He just wanted me to do it, right? So I looked and that always made me scratch my head. I'm like, man, I'm just a regular guy or whatnot. You are a celebrity and, anybody would love to be in your corner. I'm just a regular dude, recording out of his basement or whatnot. Why do you want me? And it was just something about me that particular person has wanted. So now what happens when you're in the public eye, you get influence, you have people that try to get behind you to get to other people. That was a lesson. I'm probably going to repost this interview with Broncos legend Rod Smith. He got taken for $1 million by his financial advisors, right? He was on that show. Who's heard of that show called American Greed? Or it's a show called American Greed where they have these financial advisors that financial advisors, business people, con artists, all type of people that steals people money, right? So his financial advisor ended up on there. So it was one Bronco they got with one person, right? A Bronco got one. They got one Bronco. Yeah, American Greed, right? So it's this one guy. He was a Harvard graduate. He was a black guy. He was a Harvard graduate and a black guy that was a Harvard graduate. So he kind of he stood out. People was very impressed. Young man, carried himself very well. I can't even think of his name right now. But what happened, when you go into business environments, what I learned, when you go into especially the world of investing and finance and stuff like that, or any business type deal, you don't see that many black males operating at a high level, right? So when you're at that high level meeting or you get in that high level circle, everybody remembers you, right? I go into a room, people say, "Oh, yeah, I remember Prince." They don't remember, it's nothing that I'm special or I'm just so good or whatnot. A lot of people remember me because I'm not a small guy and I'm a black guy. So I stick out like a sore thumb, right? In a room with people that don't look like me, right? So what happens is when people get into a business room, the first thing they want to do is stand out. You want to stand out. Whether you're a white guy and you're a white guy in a room full of black people, you're a black person in a room full of Hispanics, you're a Hispanic in a room full of whatever, you stand out. It's a book called The Purple Cow. You stand out, right? So everybody so they automatically know who you are. Then secondly, I have a weird name. My name is Prince, right? So it's not a very common name. It's like Prince, big black dude, and then he's kind of cool. Boom. So you immediately start to stand out. Now, if I went to a room where everybody in the room was black, it may be a little tougher for me to stand out. You know, it's hard to forget Prince, right? So you said the name Prince. Oh yeah, I know Prince. I met Prince. It ain't like my name is Tom, where it's a million Toms in the room, or it's Greg, where there's a bunch of Gregs in the room. It's Prince. Wow, that's your first question to answer. That's your real name? Yep, that's my real name. Right? I hated the name as a kid. Love it now. So now you automatically stand out. So what happens is people say, wow, when you have other people in the room, they say, well, how do you have this type of influence over people? They like you, they don't like me. So guess what? I'm going to get behind you, right? You're just going to be the face to get these people to do XYZ. Then when something goes wrong, they don't know the people that's behind you. They're going to come for you, right? So what I believe happened in that story was this guy, he was the one to able to go get all these Broncos players, right? People automatically love the idea that he was a black guy, he was well dressed, he spoke well, he carried himself well, he had he was seen to do everything right. He was a Harvard graduate, so a lot of athletes trusted in him with this money. On the back end, right? On the back end, he had these other guys on Wall Street that was really running the accounts. He was the face. These other guys on Wall Street was really running the accounts, right? So when they couldn't find out these people were stealing money, putting in false numbers, doing stuff wrong, when the hammer came down for American Greed, they went off and got the face. They didn't get the people that was behind the scenes. They just knew the front person, right? So I'm very weary of that. I've had people contact me to do that. They've had, hey, Prince, well, we'll do everything. All you got to do is, no, because if you do something fraudulent, I don't get second chances. I only get one chance, right? So with me, how can you not respect the person? I've had guys come to me, hey, Prince, I got this. Hey, listen, man. Maybe one day when I retire from the military, I may go full time. I may do that. I may want to do this or whatever, but no, right? And the thing about it was I said, because I know in this world, a lot of people, they're not going to give me a second chance. If I mess something up, I screw something up, I can't say, oh, I didn't know. So what I do, I'm forever the student. I'm a student of the game. Respect the game. Respect your business. And your business will respect you. So they look at it, and he says people trust me with their money. And I think the number one reason is if you meet me in person, you would notice that I'm not a flashy person at all. You look at the car I drive, and he's a paint job, not a tint job, not to make it look better. I mean, it's literally like paint peeling off the right hand side. But I paid for that car $4,000 probably 4 or 5 years ago, and it's still getting around. So I love it, right? It gets me around. I popped up at events where some people are celebrities, millionaires, or whatever the case. And my car needs a paint job. The paint is literally peeling off the right hand side, right? So I'm not a flashy person at all. I'm not motivated by watches and cars and jewelry and all the other good stuff. So when people see those type of people, they have a tendency to want to trust those people, right? That's just how it is. Now I put on a suit and tie. I go out and spend a bunch of money on a suit and tie or dress shirts because that's what I have to do. I know sometimes I have to go do television. I may have to go to a event where I may need a tuxedo. I may need something like that. Then yeah, I will go do it for that, you know. But other than that, I'm not a flashy, hey, look at me type person. That's just not who I am. I mean, literally the only piece of jewelry I own is my wedding band. And I got a nice watch, but I have a nice watch because somebody gave it to me. It was a gift. He said CNBC is in my future. Yeah, I sat down with Becky Quick. I met Becky Quick not too long ago. We didn't talk too long because of what was going on, but yeah, I had dinner with her. She was at the dinner. If you remember my interview, I was talking about she was at the dinner with me and Mr. and Mrs. Buffett or whatnot. But at this time right now, why can't you be a student of the game, right? So I go to school. I went to school, got my associate's degree. I got my bachelor's degree, got my Series 65, got my Series 63, got life insurance, health insurance, accredited financial counselor. What else did I have? I don't know. Financial educator, all type of stuff that I went and learned and done, right? And over the time, I'm like, hey, maybe one day, you know, I may get into the financial investing business world, but people immediately they see me with celebrities or they see me with certain type of people or whatnot, and they say, "Man, why won't you let them be your what you call it?" Yeah, yeah, I am qualified. I am qualified to do that stuff, and that's something I may get into in the future. But as of now, it's like no. Somebody commented one time. I don't know who it was. I saw a comment, because I get comments on my videos. Sometimes I get comments on videos from 2, 3 years ago, and they say, "Hey Prince, I see you in Denver. I wonder, can you do this or can you do that?" No, I can help you. I can tell you what I know. I can kind of show you what I do or whatnot. Now, I've had some good friends of mine that have turned around and said, "Hey, I want you to do this for me or whatever the case for me," and I appreciate that. But I'm a student. I try to learn as much as possible. You guys may see me out and about at schools or at events or meetings, conferences, this and that. A lot of the interviews that you guys see on this show, a lot of the people that you see on this show, I'm learning from them, right? I'm picking up from them. I'm finding ways to get around these CEOs. I see what they're doing. I see what this person is doing. I'm constantly being a student. I'm learning every day on my own, right? To say, hey, I've done pretty well. This is what I've learned, experience, because you gotta be very careful. Like Warren Buffett said, I don't know if he was the one that said it, but I know he said this. It takes 20 years to build a reputation, but 5 seconds to lose it. And before you make a decision, you got to think of, man, it took me a lot of time to earn you guys' trust that are listening to this on the playback or that's catching this live. It takes a lot of time for me to earn your trust, right? For you guys to trust, right? I got hundreds of videos out there. done podcasts, YouTube, Facebook, wrote books, this, all of the good stuff that I've done over time, right? To earn some you guys' trust. And all it takes is 5 seconds to lose all of that, right? So every decision that I make, even though I see a dollar sign, even though you could do this, be very careful, right? Because you could, just because you're in position, you can also play yourself out of position, right? Just because you're in position, don't forget that you can play yourself out of position. People say, Prince, what does that mean? Sometimes you can be in positions to do something good. You can be in position to where somebody likes you. They put you in position to do something. And if you become arrogant, if you become, you don't want to, you make one false move, that same person could say, nah, I don't trust him. Don't like him. I don't want to be with him or whatever the case may be. And in that same position that you thought you had could be gone, right? So it only takes 5 seconds to blow everything that I worked for years and years and, whatever the case may be. So I'm very, very strict because I know how long it takes. I know how hard it is. I know how difficult it is. When you get something fast, it's more of a vibe that you give with people. Yeah, I would say that too, right? Because we all have that sense of discernment. You get around some people, just because somebody has a lot of money, they have a lot of success, or they have a lot of this or that, don't mean they want to do business with you, right? Let's take the last book I wrote, with NFL featuring guest starring NFL Hall of Famer Terrell Davis, right? He could have picked anybody, literally. He probably could have picked anybody to get with, to do books with. He could have went to a corporation, probably a company, a credit union, anything, and said, hey, I want to do something with financial literacy, helping kids, multi-billion-dollar companies, right? Why did he give me that opportunity? He gave me an opportunity. He's a man of his word, and he let me do it. He let me do it my way, right? And it opened up so many doors, right? Same thing with Warren Buffett. Why did he give me an opportunity to sit with him? Why did him and his wife give me an opportunity to sit with them? That's something that is, you take, I don't take with a grain of salt, but people, when people in the world, they just got to like you. People got to trust you. So with that being said, Linda Harris says, you are a great teacher. I have learned so much from you, and he said, because they like your vibe, right? Because at the end of the day, people are, let's take Troy Bader. He's now the CEO of Dairy Queen. Let's take, I feel bad right now. I can't remember her name. I know she's the CEO of Red Robins. All these people you've seen on the show, I never paid one person a dime. I never paid one person a dime to sit and talk with me, call in, or whatever the case may be. They done off their own merit. They came down, sat in the studio with me off of their own merit, right? So when I sit back and see people and I wonder with people, right, I don't take that stuff lightly. Take me for example. I have done no business with Warren Buffett. Besides, yes, my books are in his bookstore, but we have not sat down and done any contracts and stuff, right? But in the court of public opinion, right? Yes. He said it's more than 1 million. Go Google it, J Stay Hip. More than 1 million. This year they paid 4.6 million for lunch. 4.6 million. So with Warren, let's say with Terrell Davis, everything else that's out there, right? People, go look it up. This year, the Bitcoin guy paid 4.6 million for lunch with Buffett. And I sat with him for free. But this is the idea. When people, even though me and Terrell Davis done, all these people that I've met, all these people, famous Amos and this person that's shouted me out, that's done things, whatever the case may be, even though we've never done any business together, I still, it's like in the court of public opinion, you guys have done business together, right? If I went out here, got drunk a bunch of vodka or whatever, and went upstairs and just beat the heck out of my wife, punted West across the yard, and got arrested or whatnot, how would that make all the people that you see on this show look like? How? People are going to say, man, I like the young guy. I want to give him an opportunity. All the people, all these things I took years and years to build. So I do not take endorsements lightly, right? I don't take endorsements lightly. So I'm very careful with how I move. You know what I mean? If I'm probably not out handling business, grabbing something to eat, exercising, getting a little walk in, something like that, you probably won't see me out. Very, very rare you'll probably see me out and about because I don't take anything lightly. Because my biggest goal, one day, I want all those people that I met along my way, Max B, chess moves. You're exactly right. You got to make strategic chess moves at all times. When you're out there, I want all those people to look back and say, man, I remember Prince. I gave him opportunity. I helped him out. I remember him doing this. I remember him doing that. I remember him coming by doing this, and he comes by, he does it. That's what I want to be remembered by all of these people, right? So in this game, you're only going to get one opportunity. So yes, has money, it's companies that have sat here and wrote this show. Prince, we want to pay you to do this. I'm pretty sure they're probably watching now or they'll watch back. Prince, we want you to do this. Push this to your audience. Push this to your blah, 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 blah. Money don't look too bad, right? But I say, no, I'll pass. I don't even know what this is. I don't trust it. If I don't like it, I'm not going to tell nobody else, right? And if I was paid to do something, I would tell you, hey, this is sponsored by XYZ. Belco Credit Union sponsored my book launch. Alpha One Tax and Wealth, they sponsored my book launch, right? So the thing is, you guys have earned, I have earned some of you guys' trust. That's why you tune in. That's why you watch. That's why you listen live. That's why you comment. That's why you purchase the books. And those are things I don't take lightly because I know it only take just like that person could lose trust for you. Now, I don't go out to be liked. I don't try to be liked by everybody. I just be myself. And if they vibe with me, they vibe with me. If they don't vibe with me, they don't vibe with me. I've sat down and met some people that I really would like to get to know better. They just didn't catch my vibe. You know what I mean? And they just don't catch your vibe. They just don't catch your vibe. In this game, I'm glad you said that, Max, be about chess moves. It's never about checkers. I've done that before. I was a checkers player. Didn't even know I was a checkers player. Just a natural state. Hey, do this to get this. I wasn't looking 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line. I look back at it now. We sat back and watched Bank of America at $9. I remember Amazon was $200-300. I mean, and I'm thinking I'm trying to be smart and all this stuff like this, not knowing that you could have just rolled the wave, right? So with that being said, I always look into the future. I never look for now. I don't look into, in order to make $50 now, let me go do something crazy that's going to cost me thousands later. Let me turn my back on this person so they can do XYZ. When people see you, you don't take people's words lightly. I'll give you guys another scenario. A guy sat back. I don't want to be too detailed because he's probably watching. But you know what? He needs to hear it. If you are, you need to hear this. And here it is. He says, Prince, I want you to, well, first, let's just take it back a little level deeper. A lady called me and said, hey, I want to present you with this award at this award show. I said, okay, cool. All right. This is the award. Can you come? Mind you, I'm living in Hawaii. Award show is in Atlanta. I said, hey, I can't make it to Atlanta. So can you, but I really would like to get the award. You know what I would do? I would call my dad. My dad is 2 hours away. I would have my dad go and receive the award. Okay, great. I said, is there any charges? Is there anything? She was like, well, there's going to be food, and the food costs about $50. I said, okay, cool. I'm gonna send you $50 so it can cover my dad. Give me the address, and I have my dad come up there. He can get the award. Appreciate it. Thanks. I called my dad. He says yes. My dad goes up to Atlanta, 2-hour drive. He gets to Atlanta. He calls me. He says, son, I'm here at this address, and guess what? I'm like, what's wrong? He was like, they told me this event was canceled. I'm like, then it canceled? Hold up, let me call these people. They called me and they said, Prince, we moved the event down the street. First of all, red flag go off. So why would you cancel the event the day of the event, move the event down the street? Anyway, call my dad. My dad goes down the street. Long story short, my dad tells me, son, there's no food here. And they tell me that they decided to do the awards tomorrow. So now my dad left. So now that person's credibility with me, this person was a lawyer, done great things in the past. That person's credibility with me went to crap fast. All that credibility that she had went to crap just like that. I never heard her come back and say, hey, I want to make this right. I want to blah, blah. I want to blah, this happened. Credibility went to crap that fast, right? Now, this lady, somebody that she's close to, hits me up probably a year or two later. Hey, Prince, we're doing a award ceremony. Come down. I want you to come down to Atlanta and blah, 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 blah. This big fancy event. I said, okay, well, now I don't trust this person. I don't trust this person because I know somebody that this person was close to just did an event over here. So I didn't trust them. I live in Denver, Colorado. You think I'm going to get in a plane and fly somewhere to deal with somebody that already kind of done some kind of shaking? So I say, hey, listen, man, I'm not going to be able to make it. But my buddy is in Augusta, Georgia, which is 2 hours away. I call him. I have him come up and come to the event. Get the award from him. Okay, great. A week before the award, guy picks up the phone. Prince, can I get $250? No, can I get $700? That's what it was. Can I get $700? $700. Yeah, I need to fly this guy, the guest speaker, first class to Atlanta. So now I look and I'm like, now the credibility of the person that I know the last event got canceled abruptly. Well, not canceled, but it got canceled, moved around. The person didn't live through what they said they was going to do. I don't trust them, right? Second time around, when this guy says he needs $700, could I give it to him? I probably could have, but I said no. I said, man, I ain't got it, man. I got other things going on. I can't do that right now. He was like, well, if you do this, I'll give you this favor. I'll give you that favor. I'll give you this favor. I said, no, I'm not going to do it, man. I said, I can't do it right now. Next thing you know, day before the event, it was like day before the morning of the event, he said he cancels the event. Oh, yeah, event's canceled. I can't, due to, I feel like I'm rushed. I don't feel like I can do this and I can do that or whatnot, right? Now it's making me say, I knew it. Good thing I didn't deal with you, right? We fast forward a year or two later, this same person does another event. They asked me to come down. Do you think I'm going? No. And I'm telling you this story. I'm sharing these events that go on behind the scenes. Is in the business world, your name and your word is everything. If your word means nothing, if people know you just toss your word out there, that's it. It was something another personal thing that I hated to do on this YouTube channel. Who remembers the interview with Jordan Belfort, The Wolf of Wall Street? The Wolf of Wall Street, Jordan Belfort came on my show probably 2017, 2 years ago or something like that, or whatever, right? He came on my show. He sat down, did the show when I was out in Hawaii. And in that show, I gave away some of his books. I said, hey, if you type this in, you're going to get this, you're going to get these books, right? People typed it in, they won books, sent them out. A year and a half after when Jordan Belfort probably came onto his YouTube, he didn't come onto the YouTube channel, he came on the show. His YouTube channel probably was at, I don't know, maybe 15,000, right? Maybe 10,000. 12,000, right? So I said, hey, I'm not gonna, it's at 12, maybe 12,000. Now today is at 26. As the channel continues to grow, I get new followers daily, right? Channel kind of grows. I mean, it's not growing like crazy, but the channel kind of grows. I get new followers. So sometimes what I like to do is to put out old content. It's some people out here that don't know that some people started following me when I met Warren Buffett. Some people started following me when they saw me with Terrell Davis. Some people started following me when I met this person. So it's people who don't even know who's on the show, who's listening, watching right now. They don't even know about my whole Shark Tank experience, right? Who don't know I was a finalist for season 7. I didn't make the show, but I was a finalist for season 7. The whole video stuff like that, right? That happened back in 2016. So some people don't know that. So sometimes I have to take that footage and replay it. So I replayed the Jordan Belfort interview. And some people thought I just did it. They were like, man, congratulations. I saw you with Jordan Belfort. And they was trying to get the free books. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. Jay Stay Hip, you didn't even know that, right? I was a finalist for season 7 Shark Tank. If you watch season 7 Shark Tank, put it in YouTube, season 7 Shark Tank, Famous Amos, Wiley Amos. Famous Amos was on Shark Tank season 7. That's how we connected. I went to a casting call. I only had one book at the time, and I went, pushed it out or whatnot. And, I made it into the later rounds. Then they called me and decided, hey, we decided to take the show in a different route. So I didn't get onto the show. But through that process, I was able to meet Famous Amos, Wiley Amos. He went on to the show. He was on the show once or twice. That's where our connection comes together. So people that are watching me today probably don't even know that I even know Famous Amos, that I even know the Shark Tank situation, that some people don't even know I wrote books. Some people saw book 1. Barnes & Noble called me. Hey, we saw you on the news. We love this book that you're doing. We think it's great. I'm like, yeah, this is my 3rd one. Third one? You got 2 other ones? Where are they? Right? Some people didn't find out who I was until the 2nd book. Some people thought I came out of nowhere last year. So people find you at different times. So sometimes I take old interviews, and some people don't even know Tim Sykes, the famous penny stock trader. Tim Sykes has been on the show years ago, right? I may go take his interview and repost it. And then some people think like, wow, you met Tim Sykes. That's a long time ago, right? But the whole idea and the whole purpose that I put behind this is to say, the whole idea and the purpose I put behind this is to legitimately say, people started commenting and they wanted books. They were like, hey, where are my books at? Where are my books at? And I'm kind of like, oh, man, this is a replay. It's like, who remember that episode of Martin? I may go on a tangent a little bit. Who remember that episode of Martin when I think they saw a replay, or they played a joke where they saw a replay of the lottery numbers? They saw the replay of the lottery numbers. You know what I mean? So when they saw a replay of the lottery numbers or whatnot, and they thought it was the real numbers or whatever, and that's how it was with when I uploaded Jordan Belfort books, and people was writing me, hey, yeah, I want to get my free book, and they're dropping the code word in there. I'm like, whoa, this is a replay. This was played over 1.5 years ago. Those people won their books, right? But then some people was kind of getting upset with me, like, man, you didn't send me my book. I'm like, man, this is a replay. The original people got theirs. It's not a person out there walking saying Prince scammed him, took something from him. His word, he told me he was going to do something, he never did it. Every person that won a book has won a book or won a product. They won it, everything like that. Even people on the outside, that's how I have been able to get to the place I am today, because people know I don't play with my word. I don't play with that. If I put my name on it, I put my word on it, I'm coming through, because I know how it is. And for you guys and girls out there doing business, doing stuff like that, your word is everything. You tell somebody you're going to be somewhere, you better be there. And if you can't be there, you better let them know ahead of time that you can't be there. The problem is people look at you and say, when they look at business, right? They throw their name and throw their word around. Throw their name, throw their word around, all that, right? And I said, no, because what I learned with events, with my book launch, I said, when I launched my book, my third book, I had budgeted to see how much it was going to cost and can I afford it? And I knew I could afford it, what I can do for myself. This is what I'm going to do. I remember that from the Fresh Prince. And what I said, this is what I can afford to do for myself, right? Now, when I was going to do it by myself. Then when sponsors came in, it made the event bigger. I didn't have to, sponsors covered it, great. But it's some idiots. It's some people out there that would go to the West End. They would book the West End ballroom. How much it costs to get the West End ballroom with the food and decorations? And they tell the person, oh, it's going to cost you $20,000 for the night. Okay, got it. Knowing they don't have the $20,000, they will book the West End. They will make a fancy flyer, invite all these people, book a photographer, book all these people or whatever, tell all these people this is going down. Now they have a tab to pull this event off is $30,000. They don't have $30,000. Then they will try to go find sponsors. Let me go find sponsors to cover this. And if they can't find sponsors to cover it, they just cancel the event. That is the dumbest model I have ever seen of trying to put something together. That makes no sense. Don't you think you should get the sponsors first? Don't you think you should have this covered first? Like me, I walk in there, I know I'm on a $5,000 budget. What can I do for $5,000? This is what I can do for $5,000, right? I got the place, I got everything. This is what I can do for $5,000. Now I go out and I may seek sponsors, investors. They may jump in and they may give you $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, and they may cover the whole thing. That's great. But even if I had no sponsors, I knew this is what I can pull off. But it's people really out there that put together big things with no money at all. Don't have the money. They're just basing it off of, hopefully I get some people to cover this. Hopefully I can call my friends. Hopefully I can do this. And if my friends don't come through, then I'm just screwed. I'm like, that is the dumbest way of doing business. And then once you do something like that, people will never trust you again. And like you always hear people say, it's levels to it. It's levels. I can piss off people in my neighborhood, move to another neighborhood. I can piss off people at my job and go down the road and get another job, or go to the other side of town and get another job, right? Versus me, myself, right? I'm dealing at a high level of people with a lot of influence. Let's take the city of Denver. Everybody know the Broncos is the biggest football sports brand here. It's the Broncos. Of course, I know a lot of people over at the Broncos, right? Even wearing this shirt. I'm a Broncos fan, right? And like be said by a multifamily, that's true. What people do, they'll go out and tell people, oh, you piss these people off, these people can blackball you. So when people do things, I'm like, I don't even know if you're thinking. That's not even chess, it's checkers. Hey, you know what? If I can kind of tell people I got this event and I can do this and I can do that. No, I don't understand what people think on that type of stuff. So I don't get it. But on the business side of the house, that's why I don't. That's why I don't do that, because I'm very selective. I'm very guarded of my image, my name. And the reason why is, let's take, when you move around in business, some people come in with a name behind them. Hey, I'm Prince Dykes of Goldman Sachs. They don't even care about my name. They see Goldman Sachs. They see the name Goldman Sachs, that open up doors, right? Same thing with, oh, my name is such and such. I'm a football player. They look at you as a football player. Or, hey, I'm with CNN or whatever, right? I don't have no big name behind me. I'm not with Yahoo Finance or CNN or Nike or whatever the case may be. Yeah, your credibility is shot, right? So now, when you don't have those big names vouching for you, or you're going behind these big names, you're just Prince Dykes from the Investor Show. You're an independent person. Your name and your word, your credibility is everything. Because when you walk in, let's say I know a lady named Susie who works at Barnes and Noble. Susie could be replaced, fired tomorrow, right? But Susie could be replaced for Fly tomorrow, but I don't even care about Susie. I'm really looking at the name Barnes and Noble. Oh, this lady at Barnes and Noble we do business with, whatever, right? But if you're just Susie and you don't have Barnes and Noble, your name has to carry weight. And the only way your name carry weight is via credibility and people backing you. So it's easy for me to, hey, you know what? Let me run in here with this. Let me go in here with the University of Nebraska so I can meet Warren Buffett. Or let me go with this celebrity so I can go here. Or let me go with this person who carries a lot of clout so I can go there. That's one thing. But if you're just a regular everyday person, man, your word means everything. And that's what I don't take lightly. That's why I don't have clients. That's why I don't. Because I haven't gotten to that point yet. And I have enough respect for the name and the game to know if I go in there and make a mistake and say, wow, I didn't even know that, right? Once you do that, a lot of people won't trust you, especially when you're dealing with people's money. Dealing with people's money is like telling them to pull down their drawers. So, who remembers the movie Friday? Who remembers Pinky from Friday? I think it was Next Friday. He was Next Friday. The Pinky, the record store owner, the actor. Y'all remember him? Oh, there go Fatty. What's going on? That's Fatty, y'all. He came out to my book launch. He finally came, he finally supported me. But that's what people do. See, when you go in with a different name, not much. I'm taking it easy. I see. He said, "What's up? What's going on?" That's Kenneth Cooper. He came out to my book launch that I just had here, and we talk a lot. And I tell him that all the time. He came out, he stayed at my house, and I told him, I said, "Man, look, you got to understand something. When you are, oh yeah, the pink limo, Derek's son, yeah, that's the one with the pink limo in the movie. I just met him. Friday. I went to a movie premiere. I went to the director of this movie, invited me to this movie, and it was starring Clifford Powell, who played Pinky. And man, I'm telling you, I was on the red carpet with the director, and when he pulled up in the limo, I almost died laughing. And I felt bad because I didn't know his real name. I didn't want to go to him and be like, "Hey, Pinky," but that's what I remember, man. He had me dying in that movie. But he was a cool guy. He's all right, Clifton Powell. He's a legend. He's been in so much stuff. But no, but people said, so I was going back, your credibility is everything, right? It's easy to move around when you got a big name behind you. Like, oh, I'm with Nike, or I'm with this person, I'm with that person. But when you ain't with those people, man, it's nasty. It's ugly. You got to have a lot of credibility behind yourself. So, and that's something that I don't take lightly. That is something that I don't take lightly. That's something that I know I'm not going to get another chance. So since I know I'm not going to get another chance, I have to sit back and I want to be overqualified. Know the game on the inside and out. Respect the game. Knowing finances, knowing your business, knowing your stuff, right? Not letting people get behind you to have you go do something crazy. AKA, they put what's those things called when the guy talks, when the person talks and move it? A ventriloquist, is that a ventriloquist or something like that? I can't think of it. But a puppet, right? You don't want nobody to put a puppet up. That's what some people turn you into if you're not careful. They get to talking for you, have you talking or whatnot, and people will get you into those situations to where they have you be the front person while they're in the back doing a Ponzi scheme. And when everything falls down, The only name they know and the only person they know is Prince Dykes. So you have people to be able to do things like that. So business is the wild, wild west. Wild, wild west. It ain't no rules. People say, hey, it's a law, it's a contract. Contracts don't mean nothing unless you sue somebody. I can sign a contract with anybody that say that I'm going to pay you 10% or whatever I earn off of XYZ, right? Yeah, Vanquillas. Yeah. And I'm going to give you 10%. But what you going to do if I don't give you the 10% like I said I was going to do? You got to go sue. You go sue me, you got to go hire a lawyer. The lawyer wants $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, depending what type of lawyer you got. The court want a fee. This person want a fee. You being drugged back and forth for my little small 10%. You ain't finna come jump on nobody and beat anybody up. So it's the wild, wild west. That's why when I see somebody and they're not that, I don't get a good vibe from them, I'm done with them. The reason why I'm done with it, nothing personal, because it doesn't matter how good the deal is. If you're doing it with bad people, it always turns bad. So hopefully that made sense. Well, I'm about to get out of here. I just want to talk to y'all because people ask me all the time. I have people hit me up. Prince, can you do this for me? Prince? No, Prince. What do you do? Why you don't do this? Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, how can you not respect somebody? How can you not respect somebody that will turn down 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 figures, right? Who would turn that down because they want to be a student of the game? I say, hey, man, give me about 5 years, maybe then. Hey, Prince, could you give a brief overbook of your book? Oh, okay. Where my books at? I don't have any downstairs right now in my basement. But my first book was Wesley Learns to Invest. Children's book. It's a story about Wesley, who I heard come running downstairs, and I think he probably saw me he probably saw the lights and ran. But the first book is Wesley Learns to Invest, and it's about a storyline of this kid who learns about stocks. He learns about dividends. He learns about buying stock. He learns about custodian account, all of the good stuff like that. That's in that storyline. The second book, Wesley Learns about credit. It's a storyline built around. He said, well, look in 5, I'm going to need you. He said, well, look, you going to need me in 5 years, Max B? Yeah, maybe, 5 years. How can you not respect somebody that says, you know what? Yeah, I know you got 10, 20, 30. I know you're a celebrity, but you know what? Give me 5 years. How many people even think 5 years from now? Right? Nobody says that. How can you not respect the person? Hopefully God bless me. I need to start taking care better of my health myself, but hopefully God gives me another 5 years to be even better. But for somebody to sit back and say, hey, you know what? Plenty of people DM me, ask me, hey, I got this. Can you do that? Can you do that? And I said, no, I'm good. No, I pass. I don't think so. He said, no one thinks long term, but I'm the guy who sits back and says, yeah, I saw you win a championship. I saw you win the Super Bowl. I saw you do this, but no, I'm not ready. I'm going to school. But anyway, second book, Wesley Learns about credit. Credit it's a storyline built around Wesley. Where his Uncle Rob is introduced to where he learns about what credit is. He learns how to build credit. He learns how to build credit for a child. He learns how credit goes bad. He learns all these little intricate things about credit built around the storyline about his Uncle Rob not making so much good decisions. Third book, Wesley Learns about insurance, right? You have Uncle Rob is back in there. Uncle Rob didn't make some good decisions again, right? And through this book about Uncle Rob's bad decisions, Wesley becomes intrigued about what insurance is. So he starts to ask around. They end up running into Terrell Davis at the Boys and Girls Club. Terrell Davis, he has a company called Alpha One, which is a real company. They go by his office. He learns all these things about insurance. And he wondered, can he get insurance? And he goes and gets insurance, and it ends up helping him out at the end of the book. But along that process, he learns what insurance is. He learns the pros and cons of having it. He learns life insurance, health insurance, all the other great stuff. So that's kind of what the 3 books about. And that's the brand. He said, "LOL, Wesley, my man." Yeah, so Wesley throughout the book series, every book series, that's the brand. The brand is built around Wesley learning something about pretty much a financial topic through a storyline. You know how you can tell somebody a story, and through that story, you can learn stuff. Like in the Bible, you can read the story of Solomon or the story of David and Goliath and take pieces out of the story. That's what the book is about. It's not a curriculum based like pi plus square equals this, and square plus that equals that. It's a nice little storyline that kids can listen to, or you can read the storyline and be like, oh, you learn some things about insurance, credit, investing, all that good stuff. So, but they're available hardcover, paperback, ebooks, and audio. And as everybody that listens to this, I never ask for donations. All I ask for is your support. That's all I want. So if you ever thought about supporting me, go download an audiobook, go download an ebook, order a paperback, take a picture of it, put it on social media. That's it. I don't need your donations. Keep it. Take your donations, put them in the S&P 500, collect dividends off of them. But if you want to support me, do something, support the work. All three of the books. And you already support me now for being here. So, like I said, I earn you guys' trust. I work for you guys' trust. And that's how it is. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and children, I got to get up out of here. Y'all got any questions for me? I'm opening up for, I'm not taking calls, but if y'all got any questions I want to drop in the chat room, we can talk about that real quick before I get up out of here. I've been on here almost an hour. So, okay, before you log off, top 3 stock picks right now. Ooh. Okay. Number 1, Microsoft. I like Microsoft. Number 2, it's a toss-up between, he said LOL stock picks. Okay, what do you think about averaging in on O? What do you, Max B, you said, what do you think about averaging in on O? Who is O? I don't even know what O is. Break that down. I don't know if that's a symbol. But I would say Microsoft, Berkshire Hathaway. I would put Berkshire Hathaway at probably number 4 or 3 because they don't pay dividends. That's what I don't like about Class B. But we look at its performance, it performs good. So I would say Microsoft, Apple, Google, Berkshire Hathaway are probably the ones I like right now. And of course, that good old S&P 500 SWPPX and XPXL. I like those in a bullish market. So anyway, so hopefully that one answers you. Let's make sure. Okay, I don't know what averaging an O means, right? Stock picks, that's funny. Okay, B says, is Bitcoin or gold better right now, Prince? If I had one to go with Bitcoin, I still got Bitcoin no more than 10% of my portfolio. No more than 10. Gold, over the long term, gold, we know gold is going to spike again. When the market crashes, gold will spike. So, I mean, it depends on the risk level. I don't like either one of them, too crazy. But for me right now, today, I would be more inclined to get that little 5 or 10 cent of maybe Bitcoin to give a little excitement, or whatever. And yeah, that would be me. I don't know. That's a tough one right there, Max, but you got me on that one. Gold or Bitcoin? It would depend on the investor, right? Gold, we know it will have value in about whenever the market crashes, right? It's going to spike up again. And you can collect the dividend along the way. But it doesn't make sense for me. Right now, I wouldn't hold gold. I would ride the market because I'm a long-term guy. I'm going to ride the market over gold, right? Bitcoin, I don't think I'd be attracted about Bitcoin. It's like my little 5 or 10% of my portfolio. That GC or GTBC, I get a little bit of that to kind of get exposure to the cryptocurrencies, but I wouldn't go butt wild and crazy because I did a poll. There you go, GBTC. Dang, boy, y'all be paying attention. That is raw move. I think that's what you said. Raw move. GBTC. That would be the only way I would kind of throw some of that in there. That'll be about it. So I would probably, if I got to get a hands up, I got to go with gold. I don't know what Bitcoin is going to be at, or cryptocurrency is going to be at in 2, 3, 4 years. It's hot right now. I still can't get the understanding. Oh, Reality Income Corporation, the monthly dividend. You know what? Give me 1 second, Max B. I'm gonna look it up real quick. Y'all give me 1 second. I'm gonna grab my phone so I can look up this. Do it quick. You know what? Y'all stay right here. Give me a second. Let me pull it up real quick. But y'all keep talking. I'm about to pull up this stock that he's talking about. Look at it real quick. Just a quick overview. Let's see here. Okay, so we got, this is Reality Income Corporation. Okay, Reality Income Corporation is it's a REIT. Oh, okay. Why you just say a REIT? It's a real estate investment trust that pays 3.85% in dividends. Let's look at its stock performance. How long this thing has been around? It's been around since since 94. Okay, been around since 94. All right. Real estate company engaged in housing, property management, assets, information technology, 49 states, Puerto Rico. Okay. It's out of It's out of San Diego. It's a REIT out of San Diego. Charts aren't too bad. 5-year. Haven't beat in the last 3 years. Not too bad, not too bad. It's a real estate investment trust. It's a REIT. So it's doing pretty good right now. Pays 3.85 in dividends, and it pays a monthly dividend. That's nice. It's a quick overview. I don't see nothing's wrong with that. Oh, artificial intelligence. I thought I did do it. I'm gonna do another episode on artificial intelligence. I've done it. It was a long time ago. It just wasn't a hot topic no more. But yeah, and it continued. I like that. Yeah, 3.85%. Yeah, but AT&T, this is the thing about AT&T. AT&T pays a nice dividend. I brought my nephew AT&T stock for graduating high school. So I brought him a couple shares of AT&T. I don't even know how it's performing. Let me look at it. Oh, $33 right now. But the only thing I got about AT&T, it pays a nice dividend, but I like Verizon better. Look at Verizon. Verizon pays a decent dividend. I think it's about 4% that Verizon pays. And Verizon pays 4%. And when you lay it on top of the chart, Verizon stock is kicking AT&T stocks butt big time. And they're both in the telecommunication area. So when I look at it, Verizon is going up. It pays a nice dividend, so I choose Verizon over AT&T. Yeah, I need to do another one on artificial intelligence. Mark Zuckerberg. Okay, I definitely think it's a room for that. How do you buy family member shares, Prince? Okay, this is what you can do. Max B, what you would need, I'm actually teaching a course on this at the Broncos Boys and Girls Club in about a month or two or something like that. You need the child has to be a American citizen. It has to be a child has to be American citizen. you have to be over 18, depending on your state, 18 or 19, and you gotta be able to buy. You need the social and the address of the child. Doesn't have to be your child. For my nephew, I had his social. His mom and dad gave me his social. I had his address. I went on to the ETrade and I opened him up a custodian account. I put money into the account. I brought him some shares. That's pretty simple and easy. Follow my video on how to buy stocks for a child. Don't even have to be your child. That was my graduation gift to him. And now he's earning dividends. Crazy, huh? Let's see here. How do you buy family members? So hopefully that helps. He said, JB says, I don't know. T-Mobile might take over, man, but T-Mobile don't look too, I'm not too crazy about T-Mobile. So, but anyway, thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks everybody for talking. But I got to get out of here. I got to get running, or whatnot. I got to go for my nightly walk. I'm trying to get my health back. I need to eat better, but I'm going to try to get my health back together. I'm going on a nice walk. I got to go help Wes with counting money. Show them how to count coins and all the good stuff like that. The only kid I know. Like, here's the quarter, Wes. You add a penny, what do you got? 26. You add another penny, what do you got? 27. You add another penny, what do you got? 28. You add another penny, what do you got? 25. How did you go to 25, man? So, helping with adding and subtracting money, adding nickels and dimes and quarters, and just simple adding and subtracting. So, I got to go work with him on that. Let him ride his bike some. So, thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world on Sunday night, but y'all kicking it right here with the Prince of Investing. Y'all stay tuned. Y'all stay locked. Appreciate the support. Check me out. And I see y'all. All right. Peace. Thank you.